Hi everyone, welcome to Planet Sarah. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I am a poet, I am a writer, I am an artist, and I am a lover of all things creative and artistic. I am going to share with you a question that I got from one of my patrons on Patreon, and he asked, "What is Sijo?" So I thought I would take a little bit of time here on YouTube to talk about what Sijo is, how I came to be a Sijo poet, and some resources that you can learn more about this beautiful poetry form from South Korea. My foray into the Sijo world was actually during a trip to South Korea in 2018. One of the first things I did was visit the National Museum of Hangul, which is their national alphabet. And Hangul is the lettering that makes up Korean words. It's beautiful and very logical. I tried to learn it myself during the pandemic and was happy to say that at that time, I had the alphabet memorized. So during this trip to the museum was where I was first exposed to this poetry form. Then I came back to the United States after that fateful trip, and I discovered some resources here in the United States to learn more about South Korea, the culture, their literary canon, and all of the amazing things that have come from that culture and that country. And that is the Sijo Cultural Institute. And they actually put on a couple of times a year a Sijo certification course that enables people like myself to learn how to teach Sijo poetry. So after getting immersed in the world of poetry through this beautiful 3-line structure, I became certified to teach it and have since been putting on seminars and used it to work with some of my students as well. So what is Sijo? Sijo is a 3-line poetry structure that has a syllabic nature to it. So there's some rules around the syllables that can be in each line of the 3-line Sijo. Historically, Sijo was based in nature, but since then it has grown to be more encompassing of other topics, which I love because I do feel like any art, especially poetry, is reflective of what's going on in our world today. And for me, it's really helped process some of what's going on internally as I grow and develop, as well as what's happening around us in the world and maybe even in our own communities. One of the resources that was given to me by the Sijo Cultural Institute is this book, Sijo, Korea's Poetry Form. It is an amazing book because not only does it have some of the history of Sijo, it has writing prompts, it has lesson plans, and everything that you could want to get your jumpstart in writing in this beautiful and very succinct poetry form. So I highly recommend it. I'll put the link below. Another link that I'm going to include below is a link to a celebration that the Sijo Cultural Institute did earlier this year, where they asked some of the Sijo poet community to recite their poems. I was included in that, and it was such an honor to be able to share in this worldwide celebration of Korea's poetry form. So I'll put that link below as well, and you can listen to me and a few other poets recite their Sijo poems. And speaking of poems, if you would like to have a Sijo delivered to your inbox once a month, please sign up for my Patreon. I'll put the link below as well. I love writing the Sijo monthly for my patrons because it really puts me in tune with what's going on in that time frame. And I love getting feedback from my patrons on how the poems are really allowing them to put another lens onto their life and maybe what's happening in the world around them. So that sounds like something that's interesting to you. Join my Patreon community with the link below, and I hope to see you over there soon. Until then, don't forget to subscribe here on my YouTube to, again, hear me recite my poetry, as well as the poetry of other poets who have inspired me along the way. Thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you here on Planet Sarah.